Shipping and Aviation Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva declared open the newly built passenger terminal at the Port of Kankesanthurai today. The Sri Lanka Ports Authority constructed the terminal at a cost of 450 million rupees. Passengers on board the first caller at the port, Cordelia Cruises MS Empress belongs to India on her maiden call to the KKS Port were facilitated with Sri Lanka customs and immigration facilities at the terminal. Once under the control of the Sri Lanka Navy, KKS Port served its nation during the turbulent period of the Civil War. The present government, recognizing the immense potential of the KKS Port, took decision to transform it into a tourist port between India and Sri Lanka. Accordingly, the Sri Lanka Ports Authority, in conjunction with the Ministry of Ports, Shipping, and Aviation, has launched a new program for a luxury passenger vessel service to the terminal on a weekly basis. The implementations will also facilitate other passenger vessels of international standard from India to call at the port. The new terminal will facilitate 200 passengers at a time. Under the development activities of the KKS Port in future, further constructions of the prevailing jetty, construction of 2 new jetties and a warehouse are also scheduled. Cordelia Cruises MS Empress called at the KKS Port was docked at the outer harbour and passengers were facilitated via passenger boats to the terminal and were facilitated with passenger clearances at the terminal. To mark the maiden call of the vessel at the KKS Port, a special plaque exchange ceremony also took place between the Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva and the master of the vessel, Captain Dennis Korup. Northern Province Governor PSM Charles, Indian Consul General Rakesh Natraj and several others including regional political hierarchy and officials of Clarion Shipping Limited also attended the occasion.
You know? Pleased to meet you.
Welcome to Sri Lanka. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Pleased to meet you.
This line who is calling this lovely port India.
Yes, of course.
That will be great. Yeah, that is a great idea.
At that time, we have already spent 125 million for all these buildings here, and we want to make this port a live port. Indian government has committed some money for the development of the KKS Port. We have fulfilled all our obligations. We have appointed the consultant whom the Indian government wanted, and the consultant also has been almost paid. And the consultant has prepared the master plan for the KKS harbour. But it has gone to the Exim Bank of India and it is lying there for last 6-7 months, I must say. So this is the problem. There is no delay in our part. So without waiting for that, I gave directions to the chairman of the port to put up this terminal building at the cost of 250 million. I am grateful to the Navy and their team and their young officers who helped us to put up this building within a very short span of time and with the least cost to us. So therefore, now we are at this position. I am grateful to Haley's group for bringing this passenger ship here. It is not for the purpose of, I am not looking at from the angle of earning dollars. That's a separate issue. But what we want is the connectivity, to people connectivity is the more important thing rather than money. I spoke to several tourist people who came in the ship, and they say many good things about Sri Lanka. They say Sri Lanka is clean, people are smiling, and they love to come to Sri Lanka. So this is the message we have to give to the whole world. So therefore, more than trying to earn some money from the tourists, we must build a goodwill and the attraction to Sri Lanka through all these people who are coming here. Therefore, we must treat them with dignity, with respect, and we must facilitate them to the hilt. So as a minister, I am very keen to ensure that the private sector do this part of the marketing, etc. because the government can't do the marketing. Government can't do business. So the government of His Excellency Ranil Wickremesinghe has taken a very firm policy decision to involve the private sector in the area of tourism, hospitality, trade, maritime, aviation, etc. So therefore, that is why we have allowed Haley's to do this. So you should bring more and more tourists, more and more ships, so that what we are looking at is the connectivity between India and Sri Lanka.
For more latest news, subscribe to FTTV.